I think that slide has come a bit late.
There is some other slide, I guess.
Can you?
Introduction slide.
Yeah, introduction slide came a bit, or rather I came faster than the introduction slide. I think I'll have to wait for this to move.
I don't know. Is there any admin here?
I don't know. Is there any RX event person here? We need to move the slide.
हाँ सर, यस सर, बोलिए.
हेलो, एक्चुअली लेक्चर ऑलरेडी चालू है.
Yeah.
हेलो.
ओके ओके.
उनका स्लाइड लगाएंगे प्लीज, डॉक्टर पाणिकर सर का.
या मैंने अभी शेयर किया था स्क्रीन, दोबारा करूं?
हाँ, यस 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 सर. आपके वहां से दे दूं.
Says you cannot start screen while other participant is sharing. I think you need to withdraw your slide.
ओके ओके सर, आई कैन जस्ट स्टॉप शेयरिंग. ठीक है, ये लो कौन स्लाइड है. ओके सर, नाउ गो फॉरवर्ड.
Yes sir, you are visible now.
Okay, I think we were here.
Yes.
So what I wanted to tell you was that NASH is characterized by inflammation, ballooning of hepatocytes, and cellular degeneration, pericentral fibrosis, followed by periportal fibrosis and bridging. Eventually, NASH progresses to cirrhosis. This is the typical hepatocyte ballooning with degeneration seen in NASH. This shows results of one of the earliest studies on fatty liver disease. 37% of subjects with NAFLD had simple steatosis, and only 4% of these NAFLD patients developed cirrhosis, while more than half of NAFLD cases progressed to mild or advanced NASH. About 50% of these subjects with NASH progressed to cirrhosis. NASH affects about 3 to 5% of the general population, but its prevalence rises 8 to 10-fold in adults with type 2 diabetes. About 70% of the adults with type 2 diabetes develop NAFLD, of whom about half progress to NASH. NASH is the commonest liver disease which independently increases cardiovascular risk. Patients with type 2 diabetes are already burdened. 2 to 4-fold increased risk of cardiovascular events compared to non-diabetics. NASH increases the cardiovascular risk in this group of high-risk individuals with type 2 diabetes, particularly those with multiple cardiovascular risk factors. Type 2 diabetes and NASH are closely associated because the risk factors are common to both. These shared metabolic risk factors are insulin resistance, hyperinsulinemia, visceral obesity, hyperglycemia, dyslipidemia, and hypertension. This is a simplified slide to illustrate the common soil hypothesis, which postulates that the intrinsic mechanisms in the pathogenic pathways are shared in the development of type 2 diabetes, obesity, NASH, and CVD, which are shown in the green boxes. Any of these conditions may appear before the others. As you can see in the slide, genetic susceptibility and physical inactivity promote obesity, which raises insulin resistance. Adipose tissue dysfunction occurs, insulin resistance increases, glucotoxicity, lipotoxicity, and inflammation. They lead to endoplasmic reticulum stress, a key step linking these abnormalities. The incidence of cancer is also increased by this interrelationship. Survival is greatly influenced by the severity of portal inflammation. This Kaplan-Meier plot shows that survival is lowest in grade 2 portal inflammation. Mortality was observed to increase significantly with progressive fibrosis in NASH. Mortality was lowest in subjects without NAFLD or those with minimal fibrosis, but sharply increased with progressive fibrosis. Each additional cardiovascular risk factor increased the hazard ratio exponentially. NASH is a significant risk factor for subclinical myocardial remodeling, ventricular dysfunction, heart failure, progressive heart failure, cerebrovascular disease, CVD mortality, and microvascular complications like CKD and retinal vascular damage. A recent meta-analysis of 13 studies reported that NASH and advanced fibrosis more than tripled the risk of all-cause mortality and increased the risk about 12 times for liver-related events and liver-related mortality. This slide shows the details of the risk of cardiovascular and cerebrovascular events in NAFLD and NASH. Progression to NASH substantially increases the risk of cardiovascular events. The risk of ischemic and hemorrhagic stroke is increased 2.5 times in NAFLD, simple steatosis with minimal fibrosis. And this is multiplied 2 to 4 times when NASH sets in. Hypertension is directly associated with 50% of all strokes and IHD cases. The risk of incident arterial hypertension rises 2 to 3-fold in subjects with NAFLD. Arterial hypertension is a major risk factor for development and progression of heart failure, peripheral arterial disease, cardiac arrhythmias. Hypertension doubles the risk of progression of fibrosis in NASH. Heart failure is another major problem with NASH. The presence and progress of NASH causes cardiomyopathy, leading to left ventricular dysfunction and on to left ventricular hypertrophy, which eventually leads to heart failure with preserved ejection fraction. NASH increased mortality by 80% in elderly patients with acute heart failure. Liver fibrosis score predicted mortality in patients with heart failure with preserved ejection fraction. In this slide, you see the odds ratio for cardiac arrhythmias and valvular damage in NASH. The risk of atrial fibrillation in NASH in patients without type 2 diabetes is 1.88. But when type 2 diabetes is coexistent, it increases to 4.49. The risk of ventricular tachycardia or premature ventricular contractions or both in type 2 diabetes subjects is 3.47. The risk of heart block is 3.04 and heart valve damage, the risk is 3.51. All these are independent of age, sex, BMI, smoking, hypertension, IHD, or CKD. About 44% of type 2 diabetes subjects have 1 or 2 damaged heart valves. NASH significantly increases the risk of aortic valve sclerosis or mitral annulus calcification in these patients. In our recent Indian study, about 2,000 patients with type 2 diabetes were recruited and screened. About 31% of these patients, of 613 eligible patients, had NASH. 16.3% had mild and 13.7% had advanced fibrosis. The gender difference which was noted was that the components of the metabolic syndrome raised cardiovascular risk in NASH significantly more in women compared to men. The results from our recently published study of gender differences in the risk of cardiovascular disease and liver fibrosis in Indian adults with type 2 diabetes showed that deranged liver function in men significantly increased cardiovascular risk. The pulse wave velocity rose significantly more in women after age 55 years versus men. Obesity was a significant predictor of arterial stiffness in women with a 2-fold higher risk compared to men. And serum creatinine, systolic blood pressure, triglycerides, and low HDL increased cardiovascular risk 2-fold in women compared to men. In an oral presentation of our research at the ACE annual conference in 2020, we showed that arterial stiffness and hepatic fibrosis in NASH have an independently significant reciprocal relationship in adults with type 2 diabetes. The results of our study showed that the risk of increased arterial stiffness was proportional to the severity of NASH and liver fibrosis. In moderate NASH or fibrosis, the odds ratio of increased arterial stiffness was 3.5. In severe NASH, it rose to 9.8. The overall risk in NASH of developing atherosclerotic damage had an odds ratio of 5.6. The risk of NASH hepatic fibrosis was significantly raised due to increased arterial stiffness. So the reciprocal was also true. The univariate analysis showed an odds ratio of 5.6, and the multivariate analysis showed a highly significant T-score of 5.74. So in summary, the majority of type 2 diabetes subjects develop fatty liver disease, and nearly half of these patients who have developed NAFLD progress to NASH. Multiple cardiovascular risk factors increase the risk of CVD in these patients. The risk of developing CAD is tripled in type 2 diabetes patients with NASH. Incident hypertension doubles the risk of progression of hepatic fibrosis. The risk of cardiac arrhythmias and heart valve damage is high in this combination. Metabolic risk factors double the risk of CVD in women compared to men. Arterial stiffness and hepatic fibrosis have an independently significant and reciprocal correlation. The development of new drugs should focus on cardiovascular endpoints, and treatment should address type 2 diabetes and NASH as a combination to reduce cardiovascular morbidity and mortality. I thank you for your patient hearing. Before I sign off, I would like to show you the last slide, which is to invite you to Epicon 22 to be held in Jaipur from 10th March to 13th March 2022. Thank you very much.